Yesterday I was talking about the invisible. We all are here because of something which is invisible. We all somehow in one way or another looking for that. Maybe we have different names, different religions have different names, different sense of it, intuitions, longing. But we're all here for the same reason. And even if we may think that by adjusting our personality structure we can find it, it's more by seeing it, accepting ourselves as we are, allowing the transformation to happen, inspired by what is real in us. So we may have come here thinking, well, I will find a way, and the way is in. You are the way. It's touching me to say that. That each of you looking for yourself, where you're all here in front of me. It's very beautiful to see that you already are that you're looking for, and maybe sometimes we are thinking we lost it, but it's never lost. So this teaching is about the invisible, it's not about the psychological. The psychological is the barrier to the invisible. The psychological is what we have taken ourselves to be, and is covering up the invisible, is shaping the invisible in a particular form, which has it's been dictated by our history, but what happened to us in our lives. So the teaching is about going back to the invisible, realizing that we are that mystery. The same mystery we are looking for is what we are, and we will never fully discover it, because it's an unfolding mystery that is never exhausted. So it's such a beautiful life to be a human being, because we are that mystery that is constantly unfolding, is constantly revealing itself to itself. God meeting God in us, and we meet the other gods, other face of God, and we can sit in front of each other and looking at in the eyes of the mystery in another form, which is the same substance, the same water. And so God can meet God. This is a miracle. Existence is a miracle. And we are so, unfortunately, busy looking for other things in the name of that, in the name of the mystery. We create idols, and we go after those idols, material things, maybe, or whatever. But we are looking for that. Even the most unconscious person that we may judge, deep inside is looking for that. It may be totally confused, but is looking for that. So this mystery, we have a little map, which is a very beautiful map. We say it's like my teacher often speaks about these Italian drinks that when we were children, you go to the bar and they give you sparkling water, and they have different syrups, mint, lemon, you put in water. So there are different flavors of being, different ways in which being is showing up. And we are studying those forms, how the mystery unfolds into the manifest, how the mystery comes through and starts to manifest itself. Like the spirit inspires the forms. And we looked at the red, this very important dimension of being, that from this mystery start to unfold and manifest and support our growth, our physical growth, our psychological growth, and finally our spiritual growth, our enlightenment. Imagine God from this big cosmic being can stick out in one individual and say, I am, and be. So it's like the tip of a wave from the ocean that we can experience ourselves as I am. And I'm still the divine being. And I'm also the one and unique. So for the ego, for the mind, these things are mind-boggling. But this is the reality of things, because nobody knows exactly. Ultimately, it's a mystery. We don't know when we're born, when we will die, what it's all about. And to be this mystery and having the courage to show up and say, no, we are that mystery. So we inquire into the invisible, the practice. So the teaching is say, okay, there is an invisible. The invisible is showing itself, it makes itself felt. We can recognize it in when we are feeling this strength, this vitality. This is the spirit. So we can start to touch it, recognize it. The teaching is pointing to something, and then we inquire into the mystery. So I'd like to invite you in the next session to let go of the psychological for now. Of course, there is no escape from the psychological. Our issues will come back. So don't worry about that. It's not that if you don't look at them, they will disappear and you forget all about it. Our issues are coming back. Each of you in these days, you may have followed your own thread, you follow your own journey, you may have a particular issue that has been unfolding and you've been working with. The red, this quality may have helped you understanding it or following it or triggered it. But for the next inquiry, referring to what I was talking about in the instructions about self-inquiry, about being open, being curious, not knowing, all not judgment, no expectation, no agenda, to inquiry into the mystery. To the mystery that you are, the mystery that brought you here, the mystery that you met into each other. Well, we are here for that, and we have enough tools now to differentiate a little bit between my story and the mystery. We all have access to some extent, at least we can discriminate what is my personality, what is the voice of my superego, what is the voice of my ego, and what is the mystery that brought me here. What is the mystery that I am? Who am I? So in this inquiry, we're using our time to turn towards the mystery. We don't know, it's a mystery. So the invisible, we turn towards the invisible that somehow is constantly motivating us to seek for itself, for ourselves, our spiritual nature, whatever you want to call it. And we have, as we were saying the other day, we have inner senses. We cannot measure it, we cannot prove it to anybody, but we can experience some parts of it. We can experience this being. Being is very difficult to prove psychologically. Everybody knows that they are being, but psychology has been struggling to articulate this concept. So we're trying to take this time to let go of all the psychological, for now, everything, and turn ourselves towards the being that we are, towards the invisible. And that may look like an inquiry into this space, if I now have to make an example which is relevant, which is true now. So if I turn towards my experience, I feel a certain emptiness coming from my belly, in my heart, which is full of certain love almost. It's like there is a dynamism. I'm speaking, I'm trying to articulate something, to express something, I have feelings. And this inner spaciousness is being in a particular form, which is expression and love. I love this teaching. I love what I'm doing. I'm trying to articulate it. Part of my mind is saying, you're not, are you doing it well enough? So there is an experience in myself that I can talk about. So in the next inquiry, we try to do that, to see what is happening now. If I don't look, try to explain, try to get some story psychologically, just I'm curious, I'm open about this more subtle dimension, the invisible dimension which I've always been longing for, even if I was not aware of. And now I start to get the sense, maybe the idea that is me. I'm the one I'm looking for. Yesterday I went to the spa, and there was some of us, and they were totally silent in being. I was really like, wow, I walked in that spa and I felt being, the presence of being. I don't know if the people that were there remember, they were aware of, but there was such a depth, such a space. And what was that? What was that? What is that? That's what maybe you were there, you remember the people that were there. That is something invisible, but so tangible that I was respectful the way I went into that water. It was like the water was like temple water. I entered that water with respect for the space that was there. What is that? What is it sometimes we walk into a church, maybe, or a temple, and then we feel something. What is that? So everybody may be different. Maybe it's the forest. Maybe the sunshine, it's the sunrise. I'm trying to see if we can explore the mystery that we all, most of us maybe came here for. Or maybe discover a little taste of it as we were in the jacuzzi, or maybe. So that's the inquiry. So this is really the core of the practice. This is where the teaching came from. This teaching came from inquiry. They were exploring themselves and found aspects of being that were with particular forms. So I know it's not precise homework, because I don't know what the mystery will play in you, will manifest in you, but we give it a go. Moment by moment, whatever is unfolding in your experience, you articulate it, and as you articulate it, it takes shape, it becomes more clear maybe. As you speak about something, as I was saying yesterday, it becomes more tangible. It's like I feel love. What is this love like? It feels like substance. It feels like sweet. Whatever it is there. As I articulate it, I know it more. This is the beauty of being. The more you turn towards it, the more it reveals itself.